Have you ever heard of Socotra, the remote island known as the Jewel of Arabia? Did you know that it is home to a species of otherworldly tree that blooms nowhere else in the world? This unique umbrella-shaped tree, known as dragon's blood, has fascinated visitors for millennia. But Socotra has much more to offer than just this mystical flora. Despite being under the control of the UAE-backed Southern Transitional Council, this paradise in the Indian Ocean boasts a rich culture and history. Let's discover this, the most beautiful and exotic enigmatic island in the world. This breathtaking island makes up a whopping 95% of the entire archipelago and is located 380 kilometers, 205 nautical miles, south of the Arabian Peninsula, but is officially considered part of Africa. Its isolated location has allowed for the development of an abundance of unique flora and fauna, with up to a third of its plant life found nowhere else on the planet. So get ready to witness the most out of this out-of-world landscape imaginable, as it has been described as the most alien-looking place on Earth. Socotra Island measures 132 kilometers, or 82 miles in length, and 49.7 kilometers, or 30.9 miles in width. This incredible island is home to an incredible array of flora and fauna, boasting nearly 700 endemic species found nowhere else on Earth. In fact, only a handful of destinations around the globe, including New Zealand, Hawaii, New Caledonia, and the Galapagos Islands, can rival Socotra's impressive numbers. Thanks to its long geological isolation, fierce heat, and drought, this stunning island is blessed with unique and spectacular endemic flora. Recent botanical field surveys led by the Center for Middle Eastern Plants of the Royal Botanic Garden Edinburgh reveal that 307 out of the 825 plant species on Socotra are endemic, representing an incredible 37%. However, the region's fragile ecosystem faces significant threats, with 3 critically endangered and 27 endangered plant species recognized in 2004 by the IUCN Red List. The various endemic aloes in Socotra were also highly valued in ancient times for medicinal and cosmetic purposes. In addition to these, other endemic plants found in Socotra include the giant succulent tree Dorstenia gigas, the cucumber tree Dendrocyssus socotranos, the rare Socotran pomegranate Punica protopunica, Aloe perii, and Boswellia socotrana. Socotra Island is home to rare bird species, such as the Socotra starling and the Socotra sunbird. Unfortunately, non-native feral cats threaten the existence of these precarious creatures. While the island only has one endemic mammal, the reptile fauna is diverse with 31 species, including legless lizards, skinks, and chameleons. The island's invertebrates are also fascinating, with endemic spiders like the Socotra Island blue baboon tarantula and freshwater crabs in the Potomidae family. The majority of Socotra's inhabitants are indigenous Socotri people from the Al Mara tribe, who are of Southern Arabian descent and are closely related to the Qawara and Mara groups of Southern Arabia. Some residents are of African descent, descendants of former slaves who settled on the island. Most of the island's population, estimated to be around 50,000, resides on the main island of the archipelago. The largest city, Hadibu, has a population of 8,545, according to the 2004 census. The second largest town, Kualancia, has a population of 3,862, and Quadu has a population of 929. These 3 settlements are all located on the north coast of the island of Socotra. The islands of Abda al-Kuri and Samha have populations of around 450 and 100 respectively, while the island of Darsa and the archipelago's islets are uninhabited. For centuries, the people of Socotra have relied on fishing, beekeeping, animal husbandry, and date cultivation for their livelihoods. The island was once inaccessible during monsoon season, but a new airport opened in 1999, making it accessible year-round. However, regular flights to and from Aden and Sana'a stopped with the onset of the civil war in 2015. The airport is located 12 kilometers west of Hadibu, the main city, and close to the third largest town, Quadu. Diesel generators provide electricity to the island, and there are paved roads running along the north shore from Kualancia to Hadibu, and from the northern coast to the south through the Diksan Plateau. Some residents raise cattle and goats, and the island's chief export products are dates, ghee, tobacco, and fish. In the late 1990s, the United Nations Development Program launched a project called the Socotra Governance and Biodiversity Project to support local governance, develop mainstreaming tools, strengthen non-governmental organizations' advocacy, direct biodiversity conservation benefits to the local people, and support the fisheries sector through professional training. The year 2018 saw a dramatic turn of events for Socotra as the United Arab Emirates, UAE, invaded the island and relieved Yemeni government soldiers of their duties. Shortly after, Saudi Arabian troops were deployed to the archipelago, and tensions rose. However, a diplomatic breakthrough was reached when a joint military training exercise was agreed upon, and administrative control of Socotra's airport and seaport were returned to Yemen. Socotra's Christian history dates back to the 6th century CE, when Greek merchant Cosmas Indicopleustes documented their presence. By the 10th century, most of the islanders had joined the Azrian Church, as reported by Arab geographer Abu Muhammad al-Hassan al-Hamdani. However, with the rise of the Mara Sultanate in the 16th century, Christianity declined, and the majority of the population had converted to Islam by the time the Portuguese arrived later that century. The disappearance of Christian churches and monuments was further attributed to a Wahhabi raid on the island in 1800, as reported in an 1884 edition of Nature. Today, the only remaining traces of Christianity are a few 1st century CE cross engravings, Christian tombs, and ruined churches. Public transportation options in Socotra are limited, with only a few minibuses available for use. Visitors typically hire 4WD cars, with drivers for transportation. However, road construction is a sensitive issue on the island due to concerns about its impact on the local ecosystem. In the past, chemical pollution from road construction and habitat fragmentation resulting from new roads have caused damage. The only port on the island is located 5 kilometers, or 3 miles east of Hadibu, and provides connections to the Yemeni coastal city of Mukalla. The journey takes 2 to 3 days, and the service is primarily used for cargo transportation. The UAE funded the modernization of the port on Socotra. According to a 2003 US diplomatic cable, Iranian companies completed several projects in Yemen, including the construction of the Socotra Airport Strip. After cyclones hit Socotra in November 2015, the Emirates Red Crescent set up a lightning system and built a fence at the airport. Before the onset of the Civil War, Yemenia and Felix Airways operated flights from Socotra Airport to Sana'a and Aden via Riyadh Airport. Due to the ongoing conflict, all flights to and from Socotra were cancelled as of March 2015. However, during the deployment of Emirati troops and aid to the island, multiple flights were made between Abu Dhabi and Hadibu as part of the Emirati effort to provide free healthcare and work opportunities to Socotra residents. Currently, there are weekly scheduled flights available from Cairo and Abu Dhabi to Socotra. The airport on Socotra Island was built in 1999, providing a much-needed alternative to cargo ships as the only means of reaching the island. The best time to visit the island is between October and April, due to heavy monsoon rainfall during the remaining months, which can lead to flight cancellations and make travel difficult for tourists. While there are few well-established hotels on the island, a number of guest houses offer accommodation for short-term stays. Since the Yemeni Civil War began in 2015, tourism to Socotra Island has been impacted, with the number of annual visitors dropping from over 1,000 to a fraction of that number. Despite this, tourism has increased in recent years, with many operators now offering trips to the island. However, in May 2021, the Ministry of Information accused the UAE of violating the island and planning to take control of it by running illegal trips for foreign tourists without obtaining permission from the Yemeni government. UAE operates a weekly direct flight from Abu Dhabi to Socotra Island every Tuesday via Air Arabia. Whether you're a nature lover, a history buff, or just seeking a unique and unforgettable travel experience, Socotra is the perfect destination. From the breathtaking landscapes and fascinating flora and fauna to the rich culture and traditions of its people, there's so much to discover on this enigmatic island. Despite the challenges it has faced in recent years, Socotra remains a hidden gem waiting to be explored. So pack your bags and set off on an adventure to this extraordinary destination in the Indian Ocean. With that said, thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more. And if you found this content helpful, give the video a like. See you in the next video. Till then, take care.